Hi everyone, it's Michelle of From Bolted Beauty Patterns. This is the third of 4 videos about this project, my 5 Little Ghosts Runner project, which comes from this book, Not Your Typical Jelly Roll Quilts. There are a bunch of helpful links in the caption below, including a link to the book, a link to a pattern expansion pack. So if you want to sew something bigger than the runner, you can sew a throw size quilt. There's also a link to Quilt-Alongs, both for this project and other projects I may have going on. This video pertains to weeks 2 and 3 in the Quilt-Along, and we'll be talking about piecing. So we're going to spend most of the time at my machine just seeing how I sew with jelly roll strips. The first thing I do when I open a new jelly roll is I measure one of the strips, because I want to know exactly where the 2.5 inches falls on that strip. Sometimes it's measured from peak to peak of the pinked edges. Sometimes it's measured from valley to valley. Knowing that up front just helps me get better results with sewing. The strip I have here is slightly bigger than 2.5 inches. So I'll take that into account when I go to my machine. Like so many things in quilting, there's not one right way to do this. I usually use that 1/4 inch line, and I line up my regular non-pinked fabrics just to the left of that. That will give me the scant 1/4 inch that I'm looking for. But because these strips are just a little bit bigger than 2.5 inches, I'm going to extend the pink edges over that line just a little bit. And that will account for the extra I noticed. Thanks so much for joining me today. As I mentioned, there will be a 4th video, which will talk about assembling the quilt top, whether you're making the runner or the throw size quilt. We'll also talk about quilting the quilt sandwich. Thank you so much.